Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at Module 4, Visibility Control and Categorization. Please click the like and subscribe buttons to support growth of the channel. The focus of this session is understanding how Revit controls the visual appearance of drawings. We will look at visibility, graphics, categorization, and how these combine to produce consistent, standard-compliant output. The principles discussed apply across disciplines, not just MEP. This module concentrates on how Revit manages what we see and what we publish. Visibility control is not a single tool, but a collection of settings that work together. These settings affect drawings, schedules, and graphical outputs. The exercise later will demonstrate these concepts using a prepared Revit dataset. Use the links to download and open the Revit models to complete the exercise, and you can use the as-built model to gauge yourself. The objectives of this module. The aim is to understand both how graphics are controlled and why standards matter. We will explore project defaults, view-specific changes, and object-level overrides. You should leave with a clear understanding of how categorization impacts appearance. Standards compliance and BIM governance are emphasized throughout the module. Revit's graphical control can be broken down into 4 clear layers. These range from global project settings down to individual line overrides. Understanding this hierarchy is critical to troubleshooting visibility issues. Best practice is to work from the top down, not the other way around. Project-wide settings establish the default look and feel of the model. They are typically defined to match company or client AutoCAD or BIM standards. Any change here affects every view unless specifically overridden later. These settings should be tightly controlled within a BIM execution plan. Line weights. Line weights control how thick lines appear when printed. They are scale dependent, meaning the same line weight looks different at different scales. Revit uses a numerical system from 1 to 16. Changes should only be made with approval, as they affect all drawings globally. Line patterns. Line patterns define how lines are broken into dashes, dots, and spaces. These patterns can be reused across many line styles and categories. Consistent line patterns help communicate meaning, such as hidden or overhead elements. Custom patterns can be created to meet specific drafting standards. Line styles. Line styles combine line weight, color, and pattern into a single definition. They are used for both model and detail lines. Line styles are often used to represent specific conditions, such as demolition or boundaries. Maintaining a clean set of line styles avoids confusion later in the project. Material library. Materials define both the appearance and the information content of elements. They control shading, surface patterns, cut patterns, and render behavior. Materials are a key part of BIM, not just visual presentation. Poor material management often leads to poor data quality downstream. Material library, graphics. The material library and render textures serve different purposes. Graphics control how elements look in drawings and shaded views. Render textures are mainly used for realistic visualization. Best practice is to base materials on real-world substances, not abstract labels. Material library, data. Beyond graphics, materials store structured data. This data can support schedules, analysis, and handover requirements. Not all data needs to be defined at the start of a project. Information should be added progressively as design decisions are confirmed. Texture library. Textures control the rendered appearance of material. The same texture library is shared across Autodesk products. High-quality textures improve visual output but do not replace good modeling. Rendering and texture management are covered in more advanced modules. Project-wide object styles. Every Revit element belongs to a fixed category. Object styles define the default appearance of those categories. Subcategories allow further refinement without breaking standards. These settings form the backbone of consistent drawing output. View-specific overrides. Once project defaults are defined, views can be customized. View-specific overrides only affect the active view. This allows different drawings to show the same model in different ways. Overrides should be intentional and documented where necessary. View-specific category. Overrides. Category overrides allow entire groups of elements to be modified at once. This includes visibility, line appearance, halftone, and transparency. Annotation and model categories are managed separately. These overrides are commonly used for plans, sections, and strategies. View templates. View templates capture a collection of view settings. They ensure consistency across similar drawings. Templates can be broad or very focused, depending on requirements. Updating a template requires reapplying it to affected views. Reveal hidden elements. Hidden elements can be difficult to track in complex views. The Reveal Hidden Elements tool highlights anything hidden in the view. Hidden objects appear in pink for easy identification. This tool is essential for troubleshooting visibility problems. Temporary hide or isolate. Temporary hide and isolate is a modeling aid, not a documentation tool. It helps reduce clutter in congested areas of the model. These changes are temporary and do not affect printed drawings. Always reset the view before publishing. Work sharing display. Work sharing displays help teams understand model ownership. Colors indicate who owns or has checked out elements. This improves coordination in multi-user environments. Like other display modes, it is temporary and view-based. Element-specific overrides. Increasing the level of control allows you to override project defaults and apply view-specific adjustments to individual elements. These changes affect only the selected objects within the current view and do not modify category level settings or impact other views in the project. View-specific element overrides. Beyond the category-based overrides already covered, the right-click menu provides options to apply overrides directly to selected elements. The available settings mirror those found in the Visibility/Graphics Overrides dialog, presented in a different format. When fully expanded, this dialog allows you to control transparency, halftone, and the appearance of lines and patterns. View-specific criteria-based filter. Overrides. Filters can be created using any parameter and can identify elements either within a single category or across multiple categories, provided they meet the defined filter rules. In the example shown for a fire rating view template, elements from the wall, door, and ceiling categories with a specified fire rating are highlighted with color and pattern overrides. Elements in those same categories without a fire rating are displayed in halftone. Filters are created in the Filter Management dialog, accessed via the Edit/New button, and then applied to views using the Add and Remove controls. Transparency. The transparency setting appears throughout the various dialogs described above. It removes shading from an element while retaining hidden lines and surface patterns. This is useful for revealing concealed details in 3D views or for displaying glass transparently in 2D views. Individual line overrides. Let's look at Line Work tool. The Line Work tool offers the highest level of graphical control. It allows individual edges to be modified in a view. Common uses include removing unwanted joins or highlighting edges. These overrides are view-specific and purely cosmetic. Now let's do the exercise. Open the Revit model WFP-RME-04-Viz Control-A. At the end, you're going to open Revit model WFP-RME-04-Viz Control-Z for you to check if you did the exercise correctly. To access the ground floor plan, navigate the project browser to open the floor plan, then select ground floor view for initial modeling tasks. Many of the commands that follow can also be accessed from the Element Properties palette. However, to demonstrate alternative methods, the steps below reference multiple locations where the same information can be accessed. Step 4, from the Model Categories tab, untick the box adjacent to furniture. Step 5, click OK and notice that the furniture is now hidden. Step 6, select any one of the grids, right-click and choose Select All Instances, then Visible in View. Step 7, right-click again and override Graphics in View by element. Step 8, change the color of the grids to red and click OK. Step 9, on the View control bar at the bottom of the screen, set the scale to 1 to 100 and the detail level to coarse. Back in the screen area, press VV on your keyboard to open the Visibility and Graphics Overrides dialog. In the Annotation Categories tab, override the Dimensions attributes to halftone, then select OK. Automating View Style. In the first part of the exercise, certain elements were switched off, others were set to halftone, and some received specific overrides. In the second part, the settings and refinements applied to the ground floor plan will be saved and then applied to the first floor plan. Step 12, from the View tab, open View Templates and select Create Template from Current View. Set the name to WF Floor Plan, then select OK. This opens the View Templates dialog, displaying all the view settings that can be stored within a template. Users can choose to create a view template that applies only a small but important adjustment, while leaving other settings flexible for specific situations, such as when using complex filter arrangements. Alternatively, a view template can be configured to modify nearly every aspect of the view, resulting in a highly controlled and precisely defined output. Select OK to accept all the defaults. Navigate to Floor Plans and open First Floor. In the View tab, open View Templates and select Apply Template Properties to Current View. The list of available templates can be filtered to show only those relevant to the current discipline and view types, including the newly created template. Select WF Floor Plan from the list, then choose OK. Note, the first floor plan now displays the furniture as hidden, and the previously invisible dimensions are visible and shown in halftone, matching the ground floor plan. The grids, however, have not turned red. This is because the adjustments to the dimensions and furniture were made by category, which is captured when creating a view template. In contrast, the grid modifications were made by element and therefore are not included in the template.